Yes, episode Global Indicators Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. I want to tell you something. My name is Rooney Calmera, and in this episode, 15 minutes, I'm going to share you anything, everything you want to know about how to use Python, data science, to just create global indicators of Africa in this case, Latin America, and the Caribbean. So it's going to be a very exciting 15 minutes, and maybe I go a little bit longer. So if you want to know everything about my summer academy that I'm going to open soon, then just make sure you have this link. It's bit.ly forward slash Island Wealth, so IW dash summer dash academy. It's going to be the fastest way to learn more about the Caribbean. It's the Caribbean, the Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy is going to open soon. When you click on this link, what you will see is you will go to this page, and it's Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy, and you just put your name and you put your email, and you will be on the waiting list. And when you are on the waiting list, basically what you will do is just you have raised your hand that you want to be notified when that academy is open. So I'm going to give you a taste of what we are going to do during that academy. And today, this, if you are not familiar with it, this is a notebook. And within this notebook, I can program, get many data in, analyze graphs. And I've been doing this for the past days already, and I will continue to do this in July. Look at this. You have code, and when you print that code, it's actually going to show you. Python and data science is so cool. I want to go to the Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy. So let me not waste your time. Let me show you, as I promised, what we're going to do. Today, we're going to walk through Africa, Latin America, and Caribbean. And I'm just going to scroll down in this notebook, and sometimes I stop and I will tell you. So what I'm doing here, I'm just collecting data about the exports of many countries: Australia, World Advanced Economy, Euro Area, Austria, Belgium, Luxembourg, Croatia. Look at this. All these are European island countries. And I'm just getting the monthly data. So you can be analyzing this by just plugging to an Excel file sheet and getting that data. Where did I get that data? That data is from official sources like the IMF, International Monetary Fund. And I can get that data, and I can pull that in here. So you have been seeing already that, for instance, here we do Belgium. So we are not right now in Europe, and we are showing not only Belgium, but we are showing in this East Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and we're showing those exports in billion of US dollars. So we are already in Saudi Arabia, but as I promised, we will go to Africa. And Namibia is one of my favorite countries in Africa. Also Zambia, Kenya, because I have macroeconomic models for those countries where I give them support. I advise the policy departments of the government. I advise also private investors that want to invest in those countries. And I do that based on data, because often you hear that there is no data. Here you see how fast we can get the exports of Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. You see, Saudi Arabia is much higher, 12 billion, and Qatar is just about 2.5 billion. Why did I do this? Because there are many things happening in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has joined the BRICS, or is intending to join the BRICS, and also they said to the United States that they don't want to accept only dollars anymore. They accept yuan, they accept euros, they accept anything, and also dollars, of course, but they broke actually the agreement that they had with United States since, I guess, about 1970s. So here you see all these data that I'm getting in. I have also get data of Switzerland, etc. All these data I'm getting in. And also for my island people, I have here Tuvalu, Vanuatu. I have all kind of Tonga. I have all kind of Solomon Islands. I've got all kind of island data about the exports also. You see? So it's not only European, but I have all these kind of data also for small islands. And as you know, I am also focusing first on the 12 islands that I care about, that are special to me. I care about all islands, but those 12 islands in the Caribbean, I care about them, and I'm going to do something for them in the near future. Stay tuned about that. Stay tuned. So raise your hands, go to that waste list so that you know for sure what is coming. This is all kind of data. But let me show you here. We already did in a past episode. If you didn't see that, just watch that episode. We also went to the BRICS. So I'm doing all this analysis in the same notebook. I'm collecting all my analysis, all my data in the same notebook. And if you join one of my programs, you will be getting these kinds of notebooks so that you can do the analysis yourself. That's the benefit of joining my programs. I have some training programs coming up. This is BRICS. We already saw that. And now let me scroll down to go to Africa, because that's where you came from. We already did all these things. We did some things for Caribbean already. We didn't dive a lot in that, but I have some magic for you. I have some magic, and that magic is magic code. It's like you snap your fingers and you get a graph. I mean, it's incredible, really. Since I started programming Python and combining it with my knowledge about macroeconomic analysis, my knowledge about creating macro models, I've been 28 years already doing this. Since I did that, and when I learned Python, this really, really changed my way of thinking of looking at this, because it opened my eyes for data analysis. This is not only about Python. Why I mention Python is because I want to give you some steps, how easy it is, basically what I'm using, how easy it is to do this for yourself. You might be an investor, a private investor. You might be a policy advisor. You might be a high-paid professional, and you want some island wealth. That's why you came here to Island Wealth Channel, right? So by analyzing this data, that's the fastest way to get wealth. Because when you have knowledge about what is happening in the world, what is happening in United States, in Africa, etc., you see opportunities. Because only by looking at the graphs already, you spot opportunities that other people cannot do that. Now, let me go right now, as I promised, to the Caribbean. So look at this. What do I have here? I have some data about Haiti. I have some data about Haiti because I put in a country code here, and this country code is Haiti. So I got a lot of countries. I could have put United States in here. Your country. Name your country below. Name your island or your country below. And maybe I'm going to do this for your country or for your island in the next episode. Let me see if I'm live. Of course I'm live, but let me just see if anything is showing up already in the questions. Let me see that. So, do you have any questions? Put your names and put your country in this box below in the comment. Which country are you interested in? Okay, So I'm just looking at this. If you have any questions, which country do you want me to do that? Because I'm going to give you Haiti right now, but you can put your country and your island. And if you are in the Caribbean, just put a country in there. If you are in Solomon Island, put that. And give me just a brief description about what do you want to see for that country, because we have many variables. We have like the whole set of variables of the International Monetary Fund and also the World Bank. So it's not only financial data about exports, about the government. It can be also unemployment data. It can be also inflation. Inflation is very hot right now. So do you want to see inflation? Put your name, put your country. I already have your name. Put your country in there and tell me what indicator and why do you want to see that. Okay, even if you are looking at this from YouTube, if you are looking at this in a replay, you missed the episode, don't worry, put that name in there. So this is Haiti. I'm getting some data from Haiti. I'm getting right away the years. Look at it from 1980 till 2028. So there is also forecasts of that data in there. Remember, I got the data in, and remember to raise your hands and go to that bit.ly code so that you can get on the wait list for as soon as the Island Wealth Summer Academy, Caribbean Summer Academy, because it's the 12 Caribbean islands. As it opens, you will be notified. So by raising your hand, you tell me, Rooney, I don't want to scroll. I'm interested in Island Wealth. So let me know below. So this is already Haiti. We're getting the data Haiti, and we want to construct. I'm doing all kinds of analysis here, changing the data, and then you already see some indicators. Okay, so you will be seeing that indicator for Haiti soon, but let me just give you a break introduction. What kind of data do we have here? We have data about the real economy. Look at that. Sector is real economy. So that can be GDP, real GDP growth. How much does the economy grow? The total number of GDP in billion of dollars. The first one was in percentage. We could be looking at GDP per capita. So how rich are these countries? How rich is, on average, Haiti? Do you want to see the numbers, or do you want your neighbor or your best friend to tell you? Or do you want the real numbers? If you want the real numbers, you are at the right spot here, because GDP per capita, we also have that indicator. So you see the code here of the indicator. So if I do some magic with that code, I jiggle it, and I put it in some magic, boom, you will get a graph. So look at this, GDP per capita. We have the consumer prices. So have they been printing money in Haiti? And if they print a lot of money in Haiti, that means that the consumer prices are going to sky high. People are not going to be able to eat anymore. The purchasing power of the people is going to decrease, and you as an investor, you will see nobody's going to go there to Haiti. Nobody's going to buy your stuff. That's how the indicators will relate to your island wealth. You understand? So if you are in Turks and Caicos, for instance, if you are in Grenada, if you are in the OACS countries, if you are in the CARICOM countries, if you are in any of the Caribbean countries and you want to do business in the Caribbean, but you want to get all that data, you're going to want to get insights, what is happening in the Caribbean, outside the Caribbean, any country, you can make decisions based on that. So look at this. These are some indicators. And now here I am going to select one indicator. US dollars per capita is the unit. And then I'm going to get to the country soon. Here I'm running the graph. That's it. Here I'm graph. So we are in the Caribbean right now, and you see the graph GDP per capita and the current prices, and this is per capita in US dollars. So on average, Haiti had a GDP per capita in the 80s of about $500. So during a whole year, because this is GDP per person, during a whole year, the Haitians had on average $500 per capita. Of course, there were rich people, wealthy people, and there were less um, uh, wealthy people, poor people. And then that dropped. Look at this. It dropped very low, and then it increased again during 1992 to about 2000. It increased to 1000. So something must have happened during that period. You can go and analyze that period and say, like, what happened? Did the economy grow? Did they stabilize anything? Okay, you see the trend is upwards. The trend is basically upwards. Since 1980, Haiti has been increasing their GDP per capita. Basically, it tripled from 500 per year to $1,500. But $1,500, that's still very low. So that's why Haiti is one of the poorest islands in the Caribbean. This is a projection of 2028, and that's the last projection of IMF. But we can also project these kind of things with macroeconomic models. We can simulate what is going to happen to Haiti in 2028 if we had more tourists coming to Haiti. What happens if you build a hotel in Haiti, or if you build more hotels? What happens if they improve the education in Haiti, etc.? That's what you do with economic models. Let's continue. Let's go to Africa. You have any questions? Ask me below. Ask me below. Just ask me below about the questions. Because now we are flying from the Caribbean, and we're flying. I'm already seeing 18 minutes. I'm giving you 18 minutes. Right now we're going into bonus time. So right away, go and probably when you're seeing this, click on the link below, and the link will give you a free ticket to the front row of the wait list. And you will be waiting there with many people. And when you wait, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for the big opening and the big announcement. And you will be getting that announcement first, because I'm not going to announce it on LinkedIn. If you are in the wait list, if there are spots that you can get, if you want to be notified, just get that on that wait list, because the wait list people are the people who raised their hand and they told me, Rooney, I'm interested in this stuff. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I want the island wealth lifestyle. That's why you want to join that list. So, Namibia. Why is Namibia important to you? Did you know that Namibia has gold? Did you know that they have oil? Did you know that they discovered oil? Did you know that there are minerals over there? Did you know that there is hydrogen projects going on? So maybe you are in the Caribbean, but you want to see some countries that are going into Namibia, and they want to explore those minerals, etc., hydrogen, public companies. So by looking at how the economy of Namibia is doing, are they wealthy? What is the GDP per capita? What is the financial situation of the government? What is the export doing? What is the import doing? What is their monetary situation? You might just get the edge. You get the edge, and like my students and like the people I consult, the people I coach, the investors I coach, the people in my strategic boardroom meetings, they get this stuff. So I'm giving you this kind of stuff for free right now, but there are people who paying to go deep into this stuff, and they know for sure what they get. So I'm going to give you some indicators. Look at that. We already saw this. I mean, this is worrying me. This is worrying me because United States has a debt per income, so total debt divided by their total income per year of 129. That was 129 um, uh, percent. This is updated constantly by me. And look at what their debt they did. So if you want to do business with the United States, or if you are living in the United States, you might want to get your island wealth or your wealth to an island because islands are booming. The tourism and real estate sector of the islands are booming. So which stocks are going up on the islands? Which of the companies, the public companies that you can buy from United States, which of those companies are doing well? And why is that? So those companies are doing well because based on the figures, what is happening in the Caribbean, you can analyze which countries and which islands are doing well in the Caribbean and why. And you can focus on those companies that that profit from those developments. Maybe if tourism stay over, go up, then there are certain companies that are going to profit, and you want to buy some maybe stocks of those companies. This is not financial advice. This is just me for educational purchases. I'm giving you some information. Look at this. El Salvador. So you said, why are we going from Africa to Caribbean to Latin America? I mean, this is what we do in our workshops, in our master classes, in our mastermind groups. We are interactive. You can put in something and we can right away produce this graph like magic. Okay? This graph like magic. So create graph. Boom. That's the magic. Create graph. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You put in the GDP debt, and then this magic code will get that data and will create this graph. Imagine that. Can you do that with Excel? Can you just put in debt and USA and then your Excel will produce this graph for you? No, probably not. I used to work in Excel a lot of years and I still work in Excel, but when you are in these kinds of environments, the notebooks, magic can happen. That's why you want to upgrade. So, analysis of El Salvador economy and Namibia economy. Why El Salvador? I have a special interest in El Salvador. I don't know if you know it, but El Salvador is one of the first countries, I think first country, who actually used Bitcoin as their legal tender. So El Salvador, you can pay with Bitcoin and sats. And Bitcoin is an asset that you might want to look at if you want some island wealth. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin, how volatile it is, and it's going up and down, but that is a feature, not a bug. Bitcoin is trading and all the way you can buy it 24/7. 24/7 in the weekend. You can look at the price because there is always a price. Since 2009, 2010, there is always a price. Can you buy a stock of a Caribbean public company or of a Caribbean of a public company, US, that runs its business like a hotel, like a cruise line? Can you buy it on Saturday, on Sunday? No, you cannot. You understand? So I'm looking at different opportunities for you. I'm looking at real estate. I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm looking at stocks, anything. And I can give you some advice and some tips. So you set a country. I set a country. Here I set a country that Namibia, but I could also have set the country El Salvador. You see? So in this notebook, this is just, we tried El Salvador and we got all this data for El Salvador during my masterminds, my programs, and we're going to do that. And those are for paid clients. We got Namibia. In this case, you're going to see Namibia. But it can also be United States. It can be any island or country in the world. Sorry, excuse me. So, I'm getting the indicators already. Again, so not only the real indicators, but there are also external indicators, fiscal indicators. You see here, like the government indicators. So here you see what is the menu of indicators that you can choose from. So you are a private investor, you are a high paid professional. Maybe you're working in the government, maybe you're working in the public sector, maybe you're working in the Caribbean, maybe you're working somewhere, but you want the Caribbean island lifestyle. I present to you the menu. This is the menu. This is the menu of indicators that you want to see. You understand? That's how it works. So it's not like I prepared everything and we're only going to look this. This is a dynamic discussion, strategic discussion. You might be sitting with 50 people at a table. Imagine that in a boardroom, and then we have these discussions. Let's put that indicator. Let's put that indicator. Let's look at that country. What is the insight? And then people can react. If you are at a higher level, then maybe you are only with 15 people in a mastermind group. You are preparing a project. And this mastermind group is people at a higher level. Higher, they mean they are more advanced. Maybe they have more funds. Maybe they are. That's why the group is becoming smaller, 15. Okay? Or you might be at a table, at a circle table of 5. The circle table of 5 is not 50 people group. It's not 15 people, but it is a special. Maybe that's a company. Maybe you are the head or the owner of a company, a Bitcoin company, and you want to look at El Salvador. You want this session to be about El Salvador because you want to join El Salvador by putting your company in there. You understand? Putting your company down there, and your company might be a Bitcoin company, whatever. So that's the table, the circle of 5. Maybe it's private, it's only you, or you want other investors also in there. So this is I'm just giving you some thoughts about what this is about. So GDP per capita, all these things. And I also want to see, this is real sector. Look at this, gross national savings. That's also, do they save? Do they have money? You understand? Do they have money? If the gross national savings is negative, I mean, basically they have debt. They have less, they are consuming more than their income. They have an income of, say, $5,000 or $3,000 like Haiti, but their consumption is like $10,000. So they are saving no, they are not saving, they are negative savings. So that's debt. They are debt. You can see those things already at a macroeconomic level. So if they don't have any savings and they have debt, that means that if you invest there, how are they going to pay you? How are they going to pay you? That's actually the situation in the United States. Guys, if you are watching this and you are in the United States, you guys have a huge debt. Credit card debt, national debt, and that's going to affect your currency. It's going to affect your currency, the dollar that all the people in the Caribbean are using. Almost all the currencies, the fiat currencies, that's basically paper money in the Caribbean. All those islands that we're going to look at during the Caribbean summer school, those islands, their currency is pegged to the United States. I already said that in another episode. So central government debt of Namibia. Okay, look at this. We saw that United States has a government debt of 120%. Look at Namibia. Namibia has a government debt of about 70%. The target for IMF, International Monetary Fund, is 60%. So whenever I talk to people from the central bank, whenever I talk to them, whenever I talk to IMF people, they say 60%. They say to the Caribbean islands, guys, you should drop your debt to 60%, below 60%. Because as a small island, you need to have that target. But the IMF never talks to the United States. I'm not against the United States. I have many, many friends in the United States. But the IMF never talks to the United States and tell the United States to go get the debt to 60% or below of their income. They never talk to Japan. China. I can look at China. China is not so bad. Saudi Arabia is not so bad. Look at this. So Namibia is good. And the GDP per capita of Namibia compared to Africa is way higher. So look at this. We are talking about 12,000 US dollars in about 2022. So $12,000, you might consider Namibia to put some investments in there. Understand? They have on average income, I think this is like the developing countries, but they are good in Africa. You can have a session of Africa. I'm studying the African countries right now. There are, I think, 12 countries of the African Union. I'm very interested in that because I want some data about the energy situation in those countries, and I'm going to dive that in. And maybe during the Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy, I might have a special episode about energy. So for you guys out there, climate change, energy situation, maybe you are investing in electric vehicles, maybe you are investing in the energy sector, Shell, BP, anything, Exxon. Maybe you are also invested in Suriname in the energy sector. Maybe you want to invest in Curacao in the energy sector. We have an oil refinery there that has been closed since 2019. 2019, maybe you want to invest here in Curacao. Maybe you want to invest in the villa in Caribbean, Renaissance, Marriott, all kinds of public companies. Okay, you understand? So Namibia has a good, compared to Haiti. Namibia has a huge GDP per capita, but Namibia has a way lower GDP per capita than Curacao and Saint Martin. I also advise Curacao and Saint Martin, and Curacao has a GDP per capita about I think $90,000 to $20,000, and Saint Martin has a higher GDP per capita. You see, so these countries, I think Bermuda, Bahamas, Barbados, British Virgin Island, Turks and Caicos. I love you guys on Turks and Caicos. They have a much higher GDP per capita. So those islands, they are actually pretty wealthy. Pretty wealthy. If you want an island wealth island wealth lifestyle, you better watch the Island Wealth channel here on LinkedIn and also on YouTube, and you better join that wait list. The wait list is the front seat. I think I'm seeing already people getting on that wait list. Okay? The people on the wait list for the Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy, they are going to be notified first, and they are going to get the opportunity first, and then later on I'm going to show other options for other people. So look at this. Now we're going for some quick last session. We're going for some quick graphs about Namibia, because I love you guys in Namibia. Special shout out to Titus at the Department, National Statistic Office, Titus, a student of mine. Titus, thank you very much for everything we worked on, and thank you very much. Uh, Great having talked to you lately. And Namibia. This is especially for Namibia. So look at the Namibia price. So and the consumer prices. The consumer price is about, so Namibia had in 2007 a huge spike of 10%. Now imagine you have some savings in Namibia. And your savings are on the savings account on a bank in Namibia. And you are getting 10% inflation. And then you're only getting 1 or 2% on your savings account. Basically, you're losing money, you're losing wealth. Your wealth, your savings account is actually leaking your wealth in Namibia during this 2007. So I can already tell you, if you're receiving 1% during 2007, 2008, you're receiving 1% on your savings account, then your wealth is killed. You cannot give anything to your children and to your grandchildren. Look at my profile, look at all the episodes I've done and the posts I've been giving, commenting on other people's graphs, also of my friends. I have many friends in my network who study this. There is an episode where I just tell you you are not going to be able to give the money to your children and to your grandchildren. And that episode, here you see it again, Namibia. So now, afterwards, the price went up and it's sideways. What does this mean? They don't have like hyperinflation like Venezuela, like Zimbabwe, like Nigeria. If we would pull this data of Nigeria, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, you will see like inflation going ooh, like a curve, like this. You understand? So they have like 5%, which is very high because the IMF wants 2% for the developed world. So basically, you have to have a much higher return on your investments, higher than at least 5 to 6%, to be able to get real purchasing power. The people, if you are a labor union in Namibia, then you need to ask at least 5% of wage increase. The high paid professional, maybe Titus, you need to ask at least 5% increase. If you don't get 5% increase, then on average your savings are going down, my friend. Sorry to tell you this. Sorry to tell you. And this is inflation, is only price change of the lowest basket of goods that you can buy, my friend Titus. Look at that. So if you want to buy a house in Namibia, probably the price of the house increase will be much higher than this 5%. If you want to leave something for your kids, in general, I don't know if you have any kids. If you are leaving something for your children, then you need to buy property in Namibia. That gets you much more earnings than 5%. Okay? You see how I break it down? I give it to you not only macroeconomics, but I go down micro in the sectors, and also I go down completely in your household and in your pocket. In your pocket. What is going to affect you in your pocket? Understand? That's what we do. We do macro, micro, macro, micro. And I learned this from the best, my friend, Dr. Marijn van Schaik. Blessings to you, man. Get better soon and everything. And your health is important. So let me look at this real GDP growth. Have they been growing? Look at this. What happened during COVID? So they were growing Namibia at 4%, and then suddenly they went, this is zero. This is the zero level. You don't want to drop here. Curacao, my friends in Curacao, the central bank, the Ministry of Economic Development, the Ministry of Finance, they have seen that Curacao is around 0% for the last 20 years now. Hopefully, thankfully, we got tourism because tourism made us grow a little bit more. But an island should get at least, let's say, 5 to 6% to growth so that you can generate wealth for your people. So, my people, the people at the Ministry of Development, Finance, Ministry of Social Affairs, all my people, maybe in the OACS, Organization of East Caribbean States, maybe the people in CARICOM, my friends in the CARICOM, my friends in the Eastern European Currency Union, my friends in the Dutch Caribbean Union, my friends in Aruba, you need to get the growth a little bit higher, otherwise your wealth will be lower. China was growing much higher than you. And if China continues to grow more than you, they're going to get a higher GDP per capita, and Caribbean is going to be staying a less developed region. So that's why you need artificial intelligence. And I'm looking at Python right now. I'm looking at Python, but I'm going to show you how you can connect these things to Python, to artificial intelligence, to analyze all this data. Actually, I'm doing that right now. I have a Python island wealth management creating these kind of graphs dynamically. I'm teaching a group of people. It's a founders edition. It's closed right now. You cannot get in anymore. Sorry guys, I told you. I told you to be on the wait list, and I told you the wait list will be only persons getting the seats. You understand? So get on the wait list. Get to that, click on that link, bit.ly, you have nothing to lose. Just go there, click there, put your name, email. I will not use your email to spam you. I will only notify you. Maybe I will notify you about how I built my wealth, about my story, about what I do, because you don't know me, you just see me here. I will tell you about that guy, the host of the Island Wealth channel. So look at this, Namibia. So fiscal sector, external sector, all these are the sectors, the indicators to just trade with the world. So now if Namibia trades with the world, you want a menu of all the indicators that show you how their trade is doing. Are they becoming rich? Are they exporting and getting more revenues in? Or are they importing only oil, etc., and getting poorer? That's the how diversified are they? What's their export quality index? What is the direct investments in that country, in the Caribbean, in Namibia? What are, you see, all those indicators. As a matter of fact, we have the real indicators about the real economy. We have the external indicators about the external economy, about trading with the world, from all the countries in the world, right? Most of them. We have the monetary indicators, like what is their monetary situation? What is their currency doing? What is the money? Is the money growing or not? Are they printing a lot of money or not? If they are printing a lot of money, you see the indicator going up. Hey, you better take the exit room there. Look for an exit room if you want your wealth to be there. You understand? So these indicators are telling you, really giving you some information about the best bet to do. This is not financial advice, but it is just general advice from a macroeconomist analyzing the global indicators and giving you some of the insights based on data. You see, we didn't do anything complex here. We just looked at the graphs. There is also an opportunity to simulate the economy. But then I will tell you more about that in a future edition. So look at this. Look at all this indicator, external sector. And you have the financial sector. The financial sector tells you how their government is doing, the revenues and the expenditures. If you look at the financial sector of the United States, you will see that the interest payments is about $1 trillion. The interest payments are higher than the expenditures for military. So if your interest payments are already like 1/3 of your budget, then you have a problem. And your debt is growing, growing, growing. That will have a trigger on your interest payment. You have to look at the model, macroeconomic model of the United States to see this simulation. What can happen? What if this? What if this? What if they don't grow? What if their economy is going down a little bit? What if there is a new COVID? All these things we can do for the United States. We can do it for Caribbean islands, especially the 12 Caribbean islands that are dear to me. And those are simulations. And in simulations, you will not be only looking at the graphs, but the graphs will move. What if I do this? And then you see the graphs moves. So Namibia has, let's look at this, about 4.5 months of imports. This means that if the exports of Namibia go down, 0, then they have about 4.5 months in dollars, in euros, so that they can keep importing their food, their cars, and everything. That's the limited amount of dollars they have to cover their imports. So they can go 4.5 months like, okay, we don't get any dollars in. Our export is not working right now. All those sectors have a problem, like in COVID. And then they can say after 4 months, 4.5 months, their dollars and euros will be up. That's what this indicator is telling you. Now for the Caribbean, it needs at least 3 months. If you have 9 months of reserves, that's good, because then you can survive for 9 months. But if there is a hurricane and you are, for instance, Dominica, or you are Saint Martin, or you are Barbados, or you are Antigua and Barbuda, or you are, for instance, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or you are St. Lucia, or you are Grenada, or you are Anguilla, or you are Turks and Caicos, you are Jamaica. Imagine there is a hurricane and your months are, the months you have in reserves in dollars, a stockpile of dollars, is only 4 months. You are not going to survive because your export is going to go stop. But your people need to eat, and you also need energy. You need to import oil. You understand? So you need those dollars. So after 4.5 months, what will happen with your currency? Because your central bank is going to print dollars, not in the case of Turks and Caicos, because that's done in the United States, but you don't have dollars anymore. You see, that's the simulation that we're going to do. Those kinds of things, when we are going to open, especially the Island Wealth Caribbean Academy, those things, we are going to, Caribbean Summer Academy, those things we are going to do. So this is the current account balance, and I'm almost going to end. I give you 50 minutes. Why? Because I have not been up yesterday. And I promise you every day I will be. The next days I will be shorter, but I want to give you the real thing. So this is the current account deficit. It's 1%, minus 1%. So they have more imports than exports. Curacao, my friends, wake up, wake up. You guys have like minus 25 or 20%. So your exports are way lower than your imports. You either do something on renewable energy, use this sun I'm seeing here, the water to produce electricity. I'm talking to you guys at the government, Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister. I'm just suggesting this to you. Maybe you want to do something on wind energy, more wind energy, um, more solar energy, more wave energy. There are some projects and some investors that can invest on your waves. This is for all Caribbean islands. Maybe you want to do something on reducing energy consumption. Maybe you want to do something on increasing the energy efficiency of your businesses, of the government. Maybe you want to do something on the target for doubling the energy efficiency. A special shout out to my friend James Elmore. That's the man from Island Innovation. Look it up in LinkedIn and sign up for his programs, because this is great. He's not paying me to say this, but I love what he's doing. So the current account balance as a percentage of Namibia, what was that? This one was the current account in US dollars. So that minus 1.5. No, this is the percentage. Sorry. This is the percent. So Namibia is minus 15%, is actually also in the zone, because bad zone, because this needs to be minus 5% maximum. You see? For the Caribbean, guys, in Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, in the OACS, in the CARICOM, I'm going to watch this indicator for you every year, and I might say something about that in the Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy, because then I'm going to dive deep in the Caribbean. Direct investments, this is good, because this is in millions of dollars. So they got like $1 billion of investments in the Caribbean, in Namibia. Okay, so these are great indicators. You have seen everything. You are seeing the government here. I'm not going to bother you anymore, but this is the government expenditure. It's 37%. Government balance minus 6%. Minus 6% is a little bit high, guys. But the trend is going down also. I want a trend line here. So to my virtual assistants, to my chat GPT, if you are listening to this, we need a trend in this graph, government primary balance. And actually I want a graph, a trend line, maybe a red trend line or a green trend line. If it's going down, I want if it's becoming worse, I want a red trend line. And if it's going up, I want a green trend line. Okay, I'm just talking to my artificial intelligence, because on top of this, there is artificial intelligence, of course, helping me to automate my business. But that's another opportunity I want to talk to you about. Interest rate. Okay, so they got like 4% of their interest paid on public debt. United States has, I think, 33%. So Namibia is fiscally sounder, safer than the United States. You don't hear the IMF telling you that, right? You don't need Moody's telling you that. These are all monetary indicators. So the people who want, the people who are interested in money, my Bitcoin friends, tell me below what kind of indicators you want. And these are they are monetary indicators. M2 is here. We're looking at broad money very often. You see, M2 broad money. If this is going up, then there is a sign that the printer is going brrrr. printing more money, fiat money. So more money in the economy while the stuff is getting down. So you can analyze that. You can say money going up, and then the economy is going down, GDP is going down. Hey, then you know that basically more money is chasing less goods. So inflation. So you want to take note of that for your debt. So these are all monetary indicators. So you see, my framework, in summary, consists of real economy indicators, monetary indicators, labor market indicators, the tourism exports indicators, the fiscal sector, the government indicators. Did I miss any? And we have many key indicators, and many strategic indicators. Look at this. So monetary analysis, all right, brought money going up. Brought money going up. That means more money chasing less income, less stuff. That's not good. This is not good. But if you look at this for United States, then probably you will see a staggering, ridiculous figure that you're going to go to the bank immediately. Invest maybe in Bitcoin, in stocks, anything that appreciates. Real estates, villas. You buy a villa in the Caribbean maybe. Okay, guys. This is what I've been doing, debt. And I just want to finish by going up in this episode. And I just want to share to you this Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy. Okay? Make sure you visit this by clicking on this site. I'm putting it on the screen right now. bit.ly/Island Wealth IW-Summer-Academy. I'm leaving it. I'm giving you all my time, 1 hour instead of 50 minutes. If you look at this and you are not scrolling away because you think this is too long, I just want to share something with you. These indicators, you can raise your hand and you can join the waitlist of the Island Wealth Caribbean Summer Academy. Let me make it bolder again. Boom. Yes. Raise your hands for the Caribbean. For the Caribbean Island Wealth Summer Academy. It's free right now to join the waitlist. The waitlist is already, they're pretty full. So join it. Click on that link. Type that link as soon as possible. And then make sure you join the wait list. And once you join the wait list, you will be the first one because you raised your hand. The other people who just, I don't want to stay 1 hour, listen to the Island Wealth channel. I'm not interested in wealth. I'm not interested in anything which happens in my islands. The island is not going to do anything. I'm not wealthy, or I'm already wealthy. I have a savings account. My money is safe there. I work at the government and I put all my money for my kids on a savings account. I don't buy any assets. I'm not interested. I don't want to know anything about what's happening in the world. I'm living here and we are dependent on the United States and everything good and my business is going good, going well. Yes, we're going to receive all those tourists and I'm in a Caribbean island and I don't care. Everything's going good. Well, great. Why do I need to do anything? You see, that person, you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person. Put below which country you are interested in, which island you are interested in, why, and then I might be taking that up. Let's have that discussion. Let's have that conversation. Island Wealth Channel. This is a community of people searching for wealth, island wealth, for their kids, for their children, for their spouse. They want to live that beautiful lifestyle. the island lifestyle. Okay, that was Rini Calmera. I'm just going out right now. 1 hour. I give you 1 hour of my scarce time. I can never get that back, that 1 hour, because I have limited amount of time. But I want to help you. I want to help you on an island. I want to help you. I want to help you. You, I want to help you survive. So thank you very much. Give me your comments below. Do you like this? Is this too long? Is this okay? Do you like anything? Do you want to know anything anymore about an island? About a country? Anything? The BRICS? Europe? Join that waitlist. Raise your hand. The only thing you have to do, raise your hand and also send other people. Let them see here. Let them raise their hand. And then after they raise their hand, you will be special to me and I will be having a great conversation to help you increase your island wealth. That's it, guys. Everything. This was Rooney and I'm out.